Welcome back to more Guild Wars 2. Today we finally continue Aerthin's story. In a very simple way. We're back in the Grove. And we gotta go talk to Aerthin and the Pale Tree.
We must all do our part to protect our world.
Tegwin, I can see her in the mirror. Tegwin, can you hear me? Hold on!
Valiant, you're just in time. Karis told us what happened. I've been studying the mirror, but the magic is beyond me. If we are to rescue Tegwin, we will need the Pale Tree's help.
Please help me, Mother. Tegwin is my friend. I'm lost without her. She taught me how to be a warden. She taught me everything. I know that I'm not very smart, but she's always been good to me. I can't let her be trapped forever in such a horrible place. My best friend is in terrible danger. I wish she was back in the crate cage.
Have courage, my child. The mirror's magic is not unknown to me. Tegwin is still alive, though she is very far away.
Don't lose hope, Karis. Tegwin needs us to be brave.
Well said. Hope is more powerful than any weapon. It is a light in the darkness, a star to lead us home. To rescue her, you must step through the mirror into Ore and find Tegwin there. Aerthin and I will keep the portal open so that you may return. Hurry, Valiant. If Zaitan's servants discover the portal, they could use it to enter the Grove. I cannot allow that.
I understand, Mother. We will be swift.
So much darkness. The mirror's enchantment is powerful. Be brave, my children. I am with you.
Go. I'll stay and defend this side of the portal. Should any of the Risen try to enter the Grove, they will meet my blades.
And so we enter Ore. One of the more interesting areas of the game, I will admit. A lot of shadow, a lot of particle effects, and our mirror. We're here with our lovely little friend.
So this is all? It's so dead. I've never seen anything so dead.
Karis is, well, she's a fairly useful companion, though at my level, being 10 levels above the recommended level,
Is that a giant
it's not a particular difficult problem.
Is nothing sacred?
She is very endearing. I mean, the whole undead sea urchin thing just kind of is very neat.
Ah, what are those things? This place is horrible.
They are dead hands, and they will just throw rocks at you. They don't have a lot of health. They don't spawn any enemies. And I still can't figure out, for the life of me, where that chainsaw sound comes from. It happens far too often in here to make it seem like it's just a coincidence. I actually think it might be Karis. It's not my weapon. I mean, I don't have a chainsaw-style weapon. There it goes again. I honestly have no idea what that is. But the nice black and white sepia tone adds a lot to this area. Now, we're going to be seeing a lot of combat with things that aren't going to take very long to kill.
Look out!
And that's probably a design decision on their part. Things just don't die slowly. And the reason for that, like I said earlier, is because I'm over-leveled, so my weapons aren't scaling quite properly. And the other reason is, well, this is a story mission. They don't want you dying a lot on a story mission. These spiders are annoying in that they will pull you to them. It's not a horrible problem, but of all the enemies here, these are probably the worst. Now, enemies will still drop loot, as, you know, guaranteed by the random numbers. And there's that chainsaw again. I swear that's Karis. Though I couldn't tell you what ability she's using. Now, I'm going to end up clearing out most of this area. And I'm going to tell you that's not necessarily necessary to clear out everything. I think her location is guaranteed. Tegwin's location. It's just I had no idea where it is, and they give you such a large search area that you will probably end up exploring most of it anyway. And it never hurts, you do get experience for these, for killing everything, so, you know, a little bit more experience, even if it is a bit grindy at times, never really hurts. But for the first time in a while, I decided to go greatsword, gun, rifle, and it actually turns out pretty well. I'll be getting a better rifle later, in a couple of videos, that will be replacing the one we've had for quite a while with one that's significantly stronger. But we won't talk about that. We'll talk about how these things just don't aggro in groups. They really don't, and that's quite an unfortunate thing, because if they had more of a swarming mentality, it would make it feel more like what the tone they're going for. Like, this is a very, very risky thing. Because as it stands, when you only aggro 2 or 3 at a time, I can hit both of those no problem. And if I was wielding my twin normal swords, I could probably hit 3 or more very easily. It's gonna be around this time I'm gonna actually start looking for Tegwin. She's actually off to she's actually down in the lowest corner of the map. Now, as you can see, the circle zone, the search zone, actually encompasses outside the map. So I'm not doubting that this is actually accessible outside the instance. I just have not gotten to the level or point in the game where that's a necessity. Or even an option, for that matter. But none of these enemies are even a threat. They're minorly annoying in that they will knock you down, some of them the brutes, but nothing necessary for me to really change my character setup. Now, we can see the ship over to our right. Tegwin's actually straight in front of us, behind the other husk of a ship. I want to know a little more about her. It'd be rather nice if there was a little bit more lore stuck in here. But regardless, it looks like it's a very interesting place with all the dead around. It actually looks very interesting. Just doing some quick exploring. And noting that I can actually leave the instance area. Now, you won't get far if you leave the instance area, but you can. I initially thought Tegwin might be over here in some type of cave, but there is no cave. a quick switch back, and I'm noticing that I'm at the edge of the search zone. And right now I really thought I'd covered the entirety of the search zone, but I hadn't covered this bit over here, which is where she is. The hull of a ship. Old hull of a ship.
Our deeds are reflected.
Tegwin, I thought we'd never find you. I thought Zaitan was going to chew you up and eat you.
Karis, you came after me. Again! Did you touch the mirror too? What were you thinking? At least I knew you were safe in the Caledon forest. Now we're all trapped here.
We're not trapped. Traherne and the Pale Tree are keeping the mirror's portal open, but there isn't much time. If we hurry, we can escape Or and arrive safely in the grove.
You're not kidding? We can go home. Thank the mother. Karis, you crazy brave girl, stay close to me. War is not the kind of place that tolerates mistakes. Swiftly, Valiant, lead the way.
Now, the more difficult part is actually breaking this barricade. I've had problems with barricades and roadblocks and things like that. You really need a ranged weapon in order to hit them. Their hitbox is significantly smaller than it needs to be. Now we have to head back, and here's where the game starts showing off some of its flavor. Remember those risen spiders? Notice that said they lay eggs.
That's the valley where we started. The portal must be close.
This will become important when we start getting swarmed by little, tiny spiders. This is, of course, after the big spiders come back, because why not? Respawning enemies in a video game? Never. Now, Tegwin proves to be quite a useful Mesmer, but I have never played that class, so I can't really comment on whether or not
I don't think they watered this
I would
place
like
very
her
well.
thing.
They did, Karis.
Now, Tegwin said something very interesting there, that they did water this place. After Karis said that they didn't. It is very possible that this place is watered, say, with the dead. The blood of the dead, or the dead of their enemies. And that's, given Or and Zaitan, what we know of them so far, that would actually make a creepy amount of sense. And lends itself to quite well aiding in the atmosphere of this area. But we're almost back. Just a few more hordes of little spider hatchlings. Not that they last very long. And we'll be back in the grove.
Oh, it's been too long. I'm going in after them.
Look! Just beyond the surface of the mirror, there's a ripple. It might be them. Yes, there. I see the Valiant. I think I can make out Tegwin, and Karis too.
Have courage, my children. You are almost home. Safely home. Now, Traherne, close the portal and we shall all be safe once more.
Thank you, Mother. I speak for us all when I say we're glad to be home.
That place was foul, cold and hopeless, like a murdered soul. I can feel its chill in my spirit.
Be at peace, my daughter. You're safe now, and soon the warmth of the grove will cheer you.
Stay near the Pale Tree for a while, little sister. In time, your spirit will heal again. Trust me, I know this well.
The dragon's corruption is a blight that sickens the heart. If we do not stop Zaitan, the entire world will wither and die.
I understand what you mean now, Mother. We cannot allow the dragons to exist, even if it costs us our lives.
Valiant, I am proud of your courage and your conviction. Though you have seen horrors, you now understand our greatest weapon against them: hope.
Thank you, Mother Tree. I will think on this. When you need me again, I will be ready.
I earned that.
Come, you've been through too much. Let us return to Anwen.
I don't know if I can face the undead. My visit to awe has shaken me.
Then I'll hold the
Chapter
beach
eight,
while you
another
find your
begins.
footing.
And when did you become such a fierce warden?
You taught me well.
Which basically means we will be back there immediately. That is section 2 of our story completed. Let's begin the next one. Pause if you wanted to read that. It's a very interesting letter.
Valiant, the Pale Tree summons you.
Is there a problem? It sounds like there's a commotion in the Omphalos chamber.
Those are the emissaries of the 3 Orders of Tyria. There is a situation.
The Orders of Tyria? Who are they, and what's going on?
The Orders are organized groups that work against the Elder Dragons, the Vigil, the Derman Priory, and the Order of Whispers. Zaitan's might is growing. Its undead minions rise on the beaches of Kryta and the Tarnished Coast.
Why are the emissaries arguing? What am I walking into?
To the north, Overlake Haven is in danger of being overrun. The Lion Guard are outmatched by risen troops. We Sylvari realize that all life is intertwined. If Zaitan threatens one race, he threatens us all.
Then why are the Orders arguing? Why don't they just do something about it?
We think alike, you and I. Let us speak with the Mother Tree.
Munition golems? You want to fight the Elder Dragons with toys and dollies?
Better than throwing away Sylvari lives on a direct assault.
No one's throwing away lives. Vigil soldiers are the best trained fighting force in Tyria.
Valiant, I'm glad you're here. They've been going on like this for an hour. Everyone, please be silent. We are all assembled, and the Mother Tree wishes to speak.
Greetings, Valiant. Today you take the next steps on the journey of your wild hunt. Zaitan's forces are gathering at Overlake Haven. The Orders wish to defend the location, but their plans differ. Valiant, I name you to be my herald in this matter. The Grove can only back one of these plans. May your dream guide your decision.
I am honored, Mother Tree. I will do my best.
My name is Branthin. I represent the Vigil. We can have a platoon arrayed at Overlake Haven immediately. Our soldiers can handle this situation. In the Vigil, we prefer to fight our enemies head-on. The best way to protect the Haven is to provide military force.
You're asking to risk countless lives. Herald, the Dermot Priory proposes a far safer course of action. My name is Earworth. The Priory wants to utilize experimental munitions golems to destroy the undead. We'll have no soldiers on the field at all.
Completely untested munitions golems. You're the one risking lives. What if your golems fail?
And you, emissary? You've been quiet through the whole argument.
I'm Kai, and I represent the Order of Whispers. I brought this situation to the Pale Tree's attention, but I'll leave the frontline fighting to the others.
Very well. Give me a moment to think this over, and then I'll decide.
The 3 Orders. They each have their own pros and cons and ways of doing things. But I guess we'll decide next time on whether we want to help with the Vigil or Dermond Priory. This is Stomping Llama. Psyching you out. Yes, because this takes place in a new map, we're making this decision right now at the end of this video. Let's get some more information on them specifically. Scholars and archaeologists. The Priory are the more scholarly type of group. They tend to think first, do their research, and then come up with a plan. The Vigil, as we'll see shortly, are the more let's rush into it and overwhelm them with pure numbers. Both kinds have their own advantages and disadvantages, and this particular choice, and the choices from here for a while, will determine how we will develop our story. Now, the Order of Whispers are the more secretive, spying, manipulative, blackmailing group. I don't see us going with a lot of what they do, but there are reasons for going with what they do. Sometimes they have great ideas. But we're going to go with the Order, the Priory on this one. Mainly because I want to show off each of the three factions before we get to the final point where we might have to choose an allegiance to one of them.
Excellent choice, Herald. Trust me, you'll be very impressed with the Priory's plan. Scholar Kecht and the munitions golems will meet you at the Overlake Haven.
Enjoy playing with your little toys, Earwolf.
Onward.
If it goes badly, the Vigil will be here.
But we'll guys see you next time. This is Stomping Llama, signing out.